Please be ready for dictation of an exercise number 13 from Progressive Magazine of October 2022. 5 seconds. Start. I welcome you all to this very important meeting of the National Commission on Population. At the outset, I must thank each one of you for accepting our invitation to be members of this very important commission. We have an important national task to address, and I urge everyone to pay the highest attention to the issues at hand. One of the key challenges facing India today is stabilizing our population. A population which stood at 36 crores in 1951 is now around 120 crores. Current trends indicate that it is expected to touch 140 crores by 2026. By all estimates, we will end up as the world's most populated country in the next few decades. While we all can agree that human resource is an invaluable asset in economic and social development, there are limits to the population that our environment can sustain in the long run, particularly in view of our desire to achieve higher standards of living. Therefore, sustainability of development processes requires a degree of population stabilization. However, we must not mistake population stabilization to be population control. There is widespread consensus that population stabilization entails a holistic, comprehensive approach towards education and healthcare, particularly of our women and children. Investment in comprehensive healthcare, coupled with a wider development policy addressing the educational and economic needs of our population, together with raising the social status of our women, must be the key to any population stabilization strategy. Improvement in health indicators must be understood to be interlinked with indicators for literacy, water supply, sanitation, nutrition, housing, and incomes. In this context, I believe that unless our population policy is integrated with our wider development policy, it can never achieve the objective of population stabilization within a reasonable time frame. I draw your attention to the experience of states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Himachal Pradesh. The link between social and human development and demographic trends is obvious and too stark to ignore. I urge all political parties, social activists, and policy makers in states with high population growth to study and learn from the experience of these states. This meeting offers us a unique opportunity to learn from these states which have served as an example, improving their demographic status through a multi-pronged approach. This approach has to be followed for achieving our goal set future. There are three aspects of population policy that I wish to draw your attention to. In each of these three areas, we need a national political and social consensus to move forward. Such a consensus can be generated by the distinguished members of this august commission. First, there has to be a concerted campaign focusing on issues related to welfare of girls and young mothers. We need to invest in educating the girl child and improving her health and social status. We need to empower adolescent girls and young women so that they can make informed choices about their lives and the size of their families. This empowerment played a crucial role in accelerating the demographic transition, not just in states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu, but across the world. Surveys indicate that even now, over half of our young women get married below the legal age of 18 years. They do not have information or easy access to contraception of any kind. This has contributed to the demographic pattern of too early, too frequent, and too many children. This is more prevalent in demographically weaker states. We need to address this problem. Our government is committed to the full social and economic empowerment of our women. We have already taken several steps, both legislative and administrative, to widen social opportunities and guarantee the economic rights of women. We are firm in our commitment to gender equality and women's empowerment. This is an important policy plank of our government. You should have no doubt about our commitment in this regard. We also need to understand the role played by families as an effective social safety net. In a country where credible social safety nets are absent, it is children who form the main pillar of support to their parents in their old age. This, coupled with high infant mortality rates, compels families to have more children. Having an effective old age care system, along with a focused drive to reduce infant mortality, will, I believe, reduce the incentives for having large families. Empowerment of women and a holistic approach to reproductive and child care will enable this to happen, and I would want greater attention to be paid to this aspect. Second, in addition to giving focused attention to the welfare of girl child and women, there has to be a concerted campaign to improve the health and educational status of the entire population in general. This is particularly important in the less developed regions of our country. While regional imbalances are inherent to large continental countries, in our case, the less developed regions also happen to be more densely populated and are critical determinants of the overall demographic status of our country. Stop.